So now y'all come into my kitchen. This is Cooking Today. Hi, welcome to Cooking Today. Happy holidays. Don't you love it? I mean, twinkly lights, cold weather, fire in the fireplace, hot chocolate, the music. Do you love the songs? I love the songs. I just love it. I'm the girl that kind of pushes it and starts to kind of listen to it maybe before Halloween because I really love it. And my son Luke listens to Christmas music in July, almost every year. We just love the season. And one of my very favorite things about the holiday season is giving gifts. And I'm not just talking about, shopping off of people's Christmas lists, but I'm talking about thoughtful little food gifts for your neighbors, for your mail carrier, for your hair salon stylist, for just whoever, your teachers. Oh my goodness, don't our teachers just deserve nice treats, nice thoughtful treats? And so today we're doing all food gifts with really cute packaging ideas. And this should give you plenty of time to make a couple, wrap a couple, take some to your book club friends, whatever it is. We're gonna have you all set for your holiday food gifting. And some of the things that we're gonna do today is a sugar scrub, and we're doing a bread seasoning blend that can actually be used on some other things, homemade vanilla, a stovetop simmering potpourri, spiced pecans, and a double chocolate salted toffee. So we're gonna work really quickly. Anything that we don't happen to get to, we're gonna stick it all on the website, and you are gonna be all set for holiday food gifting. Isn't that fun? I just love it. So these are super simple. That's why we're gonna start with these first, beginning with I call it a bread seasoning blend. Now technically, you can put this on anything. I have to be careful when I breathe. Y'all know that by now, when I breathe in the spices. Technically, you can put this on anything. I call it a bread seasoning blend, but you can put it on fish. You can brush it on steaks. You can put it on just about anything. Veggies, roasted veggies. And all this is, y'all, is salt, Italian seasoning, garlic powder or granulated garlic, and red pepper flakes. That's all there is to it. Then I just mix it all up in here. And then what I do once that's really well mixed, I find these really cute little food safe brown paper sacks. They actually have they're kind of like waxy lined on the inside. And then I just take this seasoning blend, put it into these brown paper bags, fold them over, and then right here is how I package these. So I have a little sprig, a tag, a cute ribbon, and then I actually thrifted these really fun little old-fashioned aluminum measuring spoons so that you can measure out, a little bit at a time. The instructions on this are so simple that I wrote them on the back of this little tag. All this is 1 tablespoon of the seasoning blend mixed in with a stick of melted butter. That's it. Brush it on just about whatever. These are great because they can be made in advance and you can line them up in your gift closet or on your counter or take them to your teachers or whatever. These can be ready in advance. They don't have to be made in the moment and then given immediately like a fresh loaf of bread. So these can be your go-to quick gifts for your holiday season. Okay, how about that? Delicious, right? Next, we're gonna do a sugar scrub. If y'all have ever been to a couple, there's some restaurants that will have these sugar scrubs in their bathrooms. They're so easy. It is sugar and coconut oil with some really good smelly, yummy, delicious scents. You can make it anything you want. We're doing peppermint today. And all you do is you rub it all over your hands or your feet. The sugar actually serves as kind of an exfoliator, and the coconut oil actually serves as the moisturizer, and the scent is just plain fun. That's all there is to it. I like to use peppermint. These are essential oils. You can get them anywhere. You could do lemongrass, you could do orange, you could do anything that you want with your sugar scrub, however you want it to smell. I love the peppermint because it's cooling. It smells like Christmas, of course. and it feels really good. It's got a little bit of like a minty feel on your hands. So all I would do with this is mix up the coconut oil with the sugar. It's a cup of sugar and a half a cup of coconut oil, melted, or either melted and cooled, or you can actually buy liquid coconut oil now at your grocery. And then I just go to town with my peppermint scent. You can do 20, 30 drops until it smells really good. And then we just mix it up, put it in a cute little jar or container, and you want to give it with a little spoon. So what I like to do is I have this little vintage spoon that I've used for mixing. And I like to just tie it on. Pretty ribbon, pretty tag, little greenery, with a really neat little vintage spoon for scooping it out, putting it in your hands, scooping it out, putting it on your feet. Great little gifts, really quick and inexpensive. When we come back, we're gonna make vanilla, our potpourri, and we're gonna start on some of our really good chocolatey treats. This is Cooking Today. Welcome back to Cooking Today. We're making a whole variety of holiday food gifts today that you can just have at the ready to give for your real quick little girlfriend lunch, or that you could give to office administrators, your dentist. I'm trying to think of all the people that you might need to have a little something to take. Your nail girl, your cameraman. Just kidding. I don't know that the cameramen would want anything they can't officially eat. So they're going to probably want the chocolate things. But anyway, so we're just doing some really fun things today. So we've already made a little seasoning blend that can go on all kinds of things. We made a peppermint sugar scrub. That is delicious. I'm sure that my cameramen will be knocking each other down for that one. They won't. But anyway, I am going to show you something that we did actually last season that I really love to give as a gift. And it is a fresh simmering stovetop potpourri that just smells your home up like Christmas, and it's a really fun way to give it. Now what this includes is a cup of cranberries, fresh cranberries, not frozen and not canned, and then a small orange. You could use like 2 small cuties, you know, the little bitty guys, or you're going to want to rummage around in the bin of the navel oranges and find the smallest one that you can. We need 2 or 3 cinnamon sticks, and a couple of tablespoons of fresh whole cloves. Right here, this is what all of Christmas smells like to me. Cloves. Oh my word, delicious. You can also throw in optionally a star anise, and I didn't have any, they didn't have any at my grocery today, but they're just like a little pod that kind of looks like this, kind of a dry little wooded star. It smells a little bit licoricey. It's really, really good, and it's just cute. It looks like a star. So if I were giving this, I would have a little Ziploc baggie, and then I would put the orange in here. I would pour my cranberries in. All of my little ingredients would go in here. My cloves would go in, and then I would zip that off. And then I found these really cute little craft bags, these little muslin bags, and I would put every single bit of this down inside and tie it off with a sprig, and they look like this. And then you can give it just like this. Isn't that so cute? Look at that, look at that. Wouldn't you love to be able to give that little gift? I just love it. And again, you're gonna want a little tag down on the inside that tells how to use it. And here's the bottom line. We're just gonna do a little recap because it was just so good. We throw our oranges in the bottom of a little pot. That one's a little big. And then we're going to put our cranberries down inside right on top. So good. Y'all need to do this for yourselves. Even if you don't give it, you need to do this. Look, we're just putting it all in a little pot. We have these little enameled red and whites at MAE'S. And then you cover all of the ingredients with just enough water to go right to the top. And then you put it on your stove on simmer. And you just let it cook. It just cooks and smells amazing. Just keep stirring it, stirring it. It's a really special little gift, and it's darling. Now, this is so simple. Did you know you can make your own vanilla? I buy little thrifted old-fashioned medicine bottles and things. this is all that vanilla is. You ready for this? Beans, fresh vanilla beans, that you kind of perform a little surgery on. So we'll do 2 for this container. So you take your knife, fresh vanilla beans, you can get them at your grocery, but I usually buy them in bulk online because they cost a little bit less. So I take the tip of a really sharp knife and I just kind of cut them open, just like you're gonna cut them open like this, like a surgery. And then I cut them in half. And then I've sterilized these little neat bottles. Aren't they great? Like old-fashioned medicine bottles that I got for probably $1. I got all of these at Daisy's and Olives in Prairie Grove. And then I'm gonna do about a quarter, I'm gonna use this guy, about a quarter of my bottle is distilled water. And then are you ready for this little surprise? Vodka. Did you know that? Did you know that vanilla is made with some kind of premium alcohol, usually either vodka or bourbon? Vodka. And then I'm gonna eyeball this and we're gonna fill it the rest of the way up. So 1/4 of your bottle should be distilled water. The 3/4 of the size of your bottle should be vodka. And then you have 2 beans. Now what the measurement is on homemade vanilla is an 8-ounce bottle, okay? Hope you're writing this down. It'll be on our website. An 8-ounce bottle would have 4 whole beans. So for instance, this is my 8-ounce bottle of my own personal homemade vanilla that I've used for 2 years on this show. I use this all the time. This 8-ounce bottle has 4 whole beans, cut lengthwise, cut in half, and put in here. Then 1/4 of it is distilled water, the other half is vodka, and then you need to shake it. So for this guy, this is just 4 ounces. I did 2 beans, and then 1/4 cup of water, or 1/4 of the bottle is water, 3/4 of it is vanilla. And then you can just buy these little corks to go in any of your little thrifted bottles. And then I just wrap them really fun, like that. This needs to cure on your counter, being shaken about every couple of days, and it'll be ready to go and ready to use in about 4 weeks. How about that? Okay, are y'all ready for the things we can really chow down on? That's next. This is Cooking Today. Hi, welcome back to Cooking Today. I've moved us over to our stovetop because I'm starting our toffee. These have all been really fun little like handmade gifts that are in like cute little containers to give and all that. But now we're moving on to the good stuff, the big eating, yummy sheet pan toffee. This is double chocolate and salted, and it's double toffee. I mean, it's like that regular old toffee that you've probably had at Christmas, kind of on steroids, like holiday Christmas steroids. So let me tell you what I've got going. I've lined a sheet pan, a jelly roll pan, with parchment on the bottom. You want parchment on the bottom because it will stick like crazy if you do not, because we're basically pouring hot butter and sugar on top of it. And so I've lined the sheet pan with parchment, and then I completely covered the bottom of the pan with saltine crackers and have got them touching one another. And then over here in my pot, I've gone ahead and given it a little time before you all came back, because what we've got in here is 2 sticks of butter and a cup of brown sugar. And so over medium heat, I just stir, stir, stir as the sugar starts to dissolve and the butter starts to melt. So it kind of slowly together is melting. Then I increase the heat to about medium or so. And as soon, are you watching? Can you see in here? As soon as it starts to have a really vigorous boil, it'll start around the outsides. You know what a boil starts to look like. It'll simmer. But as soon as it starts to have a pretty rigorous boil, you set your timer that I have right here for 3 minutes. And basically what we're wanting to do, this is totally hot on my hand. You need to whisk the whole time, by the way. What you need to do, what we're trying to do, is to basically get this toffee somewhere between soft crack and hard crack stage. I usually do it just by my timer and kind of the color of the toffee. If you have a candy thermometer, you can stick it down on the side and you can watch your temperature. It will tell you when it gets between soft crack and hard crack stage. And you need to have everything ready. Oh my goodness, y'all, I'm gonna switch sides. That is burning my hand. Can you still see me over here? I never come on this side. And I'm not right-handed, so this feels really strange. But you need to have everything completely laid out and ready to go, because once this is ready, you cannot sit this down and then fix your sheet pan. You have to have this ready. You need an offset spatula to spread this, and your oven needs to be preheated to 375. Here we go. We're getting very, very close. I've got about 10 more seconds on this, because what we're going to do is we're going to pour this toffee, this hot, hot, hot toffee, right over these crackers and then spread it immediately. And then we're going to stick it in the oven for just a few minutes and let the oven kind of finish, kind of crisping up and setting the toffee. 375. I think I said that already. Then, as soon as this toffee comes out of the oven, and it is hot, we're going to cover the top in chocolate chips and let them just sit on that hot toffee, y'all. I think we're going to go for it here. And they're going to melt, and then we're going to spread them all over the top. And it's that simple. This is not hard. You just have to be ready. This stuff is like Christmas crack. It's the best. I have made this for people, and they have had an absolute fit. Okay, ready? Here we go. Do not lick this. I've told y'all that before when we made toffee or a caramel sauce. It will burn you to pieces, and you will not feel your tongue until the next holiday season. Okay, ready? So we're going to go over our crackers. Oh my gosh. And then very quickly, because it's going to set pretty quick, we're taking our offset spatula and just gently kind of spreading it to kind of cover our crackers. Yum. I mean, isn't toffee just so Christmas? We sell it at MAE'S, but y'all, it's like all professional and stuff. This homemade version of this Christmas toffee is just the best. Don't you love when your neighbors show up with a plate of treats? My friend Sharon Kane, all my life growing up, would grace our home with a paper plate loaded down with every kind of little Christmas thing that she had baked with her girls. And I just always loved it so much. Okay, so here's what we're doing. So see how we've covered it? We need to keep this clean because we're going to have to use it again to do our chocolate chips. So there we are. We've done our toffee. We're putting it into the oven at 375 for, I don't know, probably 5 or 6 minutes. Probably 5 minutes or so. I'm going to kind of check it. And then the minute that it comes out, we're going to show you what this looks like at the end. The minute that it comes out, we have 2 cups of chocolate chips. I do a double chocolate. I have a milk chocolate and a semi-sweet, and I just cover the top on that hot, hot, hot toffee and let them sit there for 3 or 4 minutes undisturbed, and they're melting while they sit. We're going to take that offset spatula and smear it, top it with more toffee, pecans, and salt. I know, the angels sang. And then when we come back, we're going to talk about it. One last little easy spiced pecan, and we are just loaded down with good gifts to give. So come back. This is Cooking Today. Hi, welcome back to Cooking Today. Look at this toffee. Okay, so we poured our boiled brown sugar and butter mixture over our crackers, and we stuck it in the oven for about 4 minutes or so. It gets bubbly all the way around, and it covers the crackers, and then we brought it out and immediately took a cup of milk chocolate chips and sprinkled them all around. We took a cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips and sprinkled them all around, and I used my fingers just to be sure that they are in a single layer. It's not going to work as well if you've got little clumps and like there's some chocolate chips that are up high that are not sitting on the toffee, okay? And then we wait. We wait for about 3 minutes, and you'll see them start to get melty. They shine and they sweat rather than looking dried out. You want to give them about 3 minutes. And then I took my offset spatula and then just gently went back and forth and spread them after they melted. And this is what we've got. Then, while it's hot, I take another half a cup of the store-bought toffee bits and go all around the top. This is double toffee, double chocolate, salted deliciousness. It's an awful long recipe title, but it's the truth. And then I take pecan bits, chopped pecan bits, and go over it as well. And then I kind of use my hands to press it down and in. And then finally, salt, flaked, cracked, fresh, delicious salt right on top because you need that bite. We have some other spiced pecans that we made in the break that you all didn't get to see. We've made them on here before. The recipe will be on our website. They are incredible. Food gifts galore. Hope you'll try them at home and love every bite. This is Cooking Today.